Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and as always bringing you news up to date today. So I will cover today why Tesla stock is still a buy, and I want to have a positive mindset here because there's so much positive news if you look at it. So just as a reminder, we have seen massive revenue growth, guys. And even if a stock is going down, don't get hustled or focused on the daily stock price. Just look at the growth story that we have seen here and beating expectations in the earnings for 3 out of 4 times, guys. When did this happen in the past years? We have seen that in the past quarters. Does they talk about bad news? Tesla is done? Honestly, I don't get that because I don't believe Tesla is done. I think Tesla is just getting started. Looking at the Giga Shanghai, guys, I must admit I have been caught getting the really wrong numbers here yesterday. As many people out there was a lot of confusion. So again, I have to admit the 40K number that I mentioned yesterday for deliveries in April was wrong. It was 25,800. So for those who were correct and naming this number in my comment section, thank you so much for doing, and sorry that I tried to correct you. But there was a lot of misunderstanding if the export numbers were actually included in the 25,800 or not, and I believe they were not. So again, if we take those numbers together, we do see a decline, and there must have been a reason, and the reason might have been a 2 weeks close of the Model Y production without even knowing that. We might have not seen that. They didn't announce anything, so no rumors went out. So this would be really the reason here why we have seen less cars coming out of Giga Shanghai, even though we have seen record numbers going for export, and Tesla is leading in this category. But again, guys, for all those who are with us longer and with Tesla longer, know that closing production lines has been something that Tesla has done many times, and in the long run, it has been always a good decision because they have been applying decisions or more efficient production ways to the production line, and that helped them in the long run. They have done that with the Model 3 many times and Model Y in Fremont. So I guess we shouldn't focus on these numbers in April too much right now, because I think in the later of the year we will see the results of this shutdown, or how you ever want to call this production line outage here. Then looking into the numbers for total revenue, for all you being maybe a bit depressed or depressed about what's happening with the Tesla stock, just check out this revenue growth again. We see here $31 billion in 2020. Just remember where Tesla was in 2018. And they are also investing a lot of money in R&D and other sections. So they are really moving forward here, guys. And we do see Giga Berlin, we have Giga Shanghai, we have Giga Austin and Giga Berlin coming to play in this year, hopefully with the first cars. So we have then 4 factories and still 3 ramping up. Giga Shanghai is still ramping up, and Giga Berlin and Giga Austin will take some time, I think, till maybe end of 2022, they will take to ramp up to full capacity, which would be already pretty fast. So not only that, in the past, we have seen that the research of the entire EV industry has helped the EV market to further go down with the costs, because EVs have gotten much, much cheaper. And this is the key to success here. And we have to see that. And Tesla has always been in the lead when it came to research on batteries. And we do see here the likelihood when everything is going to according to plan with the yellow orange line here in 2030, around 148 million cars, EVs and plug-ins on the street. But I think we will more likely go on the sustainable development scenario that we could reach around 200 million cars in 2030. And this is the way to go, guys. I mean, if you just imagine the enormous need here for cars to reach even just this goal in the next 9 years, I mean, there needs to be so much cars out there, and we have to somehow produce them. And I do see other car companies like Ford, Volkswagen, etc. to build EVs and be part of this big number. But when it comes to like brand awareness when it comes to the likelihood of people choosing a car, I think Tesla is still the number one here, and that is what we have to consider. And again, this entire situation we are in here right now really reminds me of 2018, where we had a lot of issues. And just remember, $297 was the price of battery packs per kilowatt hours in 2016. And in 2019-18, it was already 159. And now we are in 2021, and we are close to Panasonic and other suppliers, starting with the 48680 cells, and we are having already the Roadrunner working in Fremont with cells that will be even 50% cheaper at some point when they have full capacity and full production. And this is the thing that people forget. They are still working on getting more cheaper. And this is the way we are right now, in a situation where many people out there forget that right now, if you do a decision to get an EV, we are close to a point where there's no reason anymore to buy a gasoline car. If you're able to buy an EV, many people are deciding to do that. This is based on surveys that we have out there, that most people that would buy a new car would actually buy an EV, more in Europe even as in the United States. So this is where I do see a really good future here for Tesla. And so if we take this here based on the stock outlook, we also have more stuff happening, and I'm not even covering everything here, but again, we're looking at Tesla insurance. We have more news coming that Tesla has submitted papers in Texas to allow the Tesla insurance. And we do have rumors here that they will divide the customers into around 10 categories. It's not really clear yet. On Twitter, there are different talks if it's 5 or 10. But what is clear is that they are going based on the distance you're driving to your car in front of you, if you have any warning signals happening very often, or if you're driving way too fast. I assume that this will be as well accounted here. And these are all ways how Tesla can use the data they get from the car. And if you're in the least expensive category and they say you're a really safe driver, you can save up to 70% of the money of those who are in the most expensive category. So we do see again how Tesla is changing an insurance business forever, guys. It will be different, and they are working already with an insurance company together that is working really well. And to be honest with you, I'm really looking forward how Tesla is working with Milliman. So I hope you enjoyed my video, guys, and take care.